All right, let's work on some greatest common factor. Remember that on your test, I'm asking you to use the boxes to find the greatest common factor, not because it's a better way or it's the only way or a different way is wrong. It's just I'm also testing your ability to go from the inside of the boxes to the outside of the boxes. And that's something that's actually a really important skill that you need to have all the way through calculus. So let's start with 8 and 12. Now, I'm going to go over the use of the 1. Technically, you can do 8 times 1 and 12 times 1, and 1 can be a common factor of 8 and 12, but 1 is a common factor of everything. And so it's really redundant and unnecessary to do that box. That's the one that I don't want to see that one on your test. I know that 1 is a common factor of everything, and you know that 1 is a common factor of everything. So I'm curious in the numbers that are not 1. So let's start small. 2. 2 will work because I can do 2 times 4, and I can do 2 times 6. So my common factor 2 would go at the top, and my 4 and my 6 would go directly next to their multiples. Okay, so 1 common factor is 2. I can get another common factor out of this. It's totally okay to use the same thing. Like I use 2 times 4 in both of these situations, but I'm looking for a different common factor. Last time I was looking for the 2. This time I'm looking for the 4 because I know that 12 can be 4 times 3. So we got a common factor of 4 that goes at the top, and then we would have our 2 and our 3 at the side. Now, when I try to do anything else, if I try to do 3, that doesn't work. It works with 12, but it doesn't work with 8. If I try to do 5, that doesn't work with either of them. 6 works with 12, but not 8. 7 doesn't work, and then 8 doesn't work with 12. So we have our list of common factors to choose from. We've come up with 2 and 4. And we're disregarding the 1 because it's not particularly helpful. And the greatest one is the number 4. So the greatest common factor of 8 and 12 is 4. And again, there are different ways of finding greatest common factor. I understand that, but I want to see if you can do this process right here in addition to just finding the greatest common factor. Now, this is an interesting problem. I really like it. I do. The useless 1 that we just talked about, I mean, it's not totally useless, but it's not really useful in this particular situation. If you did 36 times 1 and 9 times 1, that redundant 1 is unnecessary, and this is the one that I would not really need you to include on your test. But I think that this is so interesting because the 1 times 9, or the 9 times 1, whichever way you put it, can be used if you look at the 9 instead of the 1. Okay? If you're looking for 1 as a common factor, yeah, we already know. But if you're looking for the 9, 36 can be 9 times 4. So 9 can be our common factor, and 4 and 1 would be our numbers on the side. This one, even though there's a 1, it's good because it's not the common factor. All right, there is one more option for 36 and 9, and that is the option when we do 3 times 3 for 9, and we can do 3 times 12 for 36. So 3 would be our common factor, would have a 12 and a 3 on the side. So our options that we're looking at are 9 and 3, and 9 is the greatest. So our greatest common factor is going to be 9, which is actually the number right here. So I think that this problem is really cool because the greatest common factor was a number that we actually started out with. And all that really means is that 36 is a multiple of the number 9, and the other way around would be 9 is a factor of 36.